Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for tapping in. For those that don't know, and for those that might know, I'm D-Lo. D-Lo for sure. D'Angelo, Coach D, it all official to me.
I'm D'Angelo, also Coach D. You call me D-Lo, whatever you want to call me. I'm fine with that as well.
And you're tapping into GrindWorks Podcast. GrindWorks Podcast.
I'm somewhere always grinding, putting God first. That master plan is manifested in the mind first. No taking days off, cause that ain't how my mind works. We out the mud, cause that's the way the grind works.
Here at GrindWorks Podcast, we will focus on players that's been grinding and been putting in the work, knowing it's going to pay off. The inner city kid, the kid that might need a little motivation, the kid that might be overlooked. We're coming to you. You. Tap in. Coach D.
Like Coach D just said, man, we want to focus on the kids that maybe aren't getting the coverage that they deserve. Because they're working just as hard as any other kid around the state, man. And sometimes they just don't have the platform that's needed to get themselves out there or to get the exposure that they need. So if that's you, this platform is for you. So I'm ready to get to it.
Man, for so many years, man, I've been sitting back watching kids that I know have the talent, have the work ethic, and might even have the support. But oftentimes, man, they fall off due to something that happened on the streets, man, and not being able to remain focused, man. So what we want to do, man, we want to tap into that culture, man, to those athletes that might need a little motivation, a little guidance, a conversation, and maybe even some time. You know what I'm saying? Just to lock in with some people that's been through the process before, man. With me coming through, being where I'm from, man, I went to John Marshall, man. I was able to play against some legendary coaches, man, such as Coach Bobby Marshall, Coach Griffin, Coach D, just to name a few, man. And one thing that they put in me, man, was the grind and putting in work always pay off, man. And one thing about it, man, I could have got a lot farther than what I did, man, but me being influenced by the streets, man, and the extracurricular activity that goes on outside the court, man, that was my flaw, man. So if I can help the next generation maybe not make those mistakes or go down them streets and take them dead ends, man, that's what I want to do, man. And I think Coach D, man, is the perfect person to team up with for us to get together and make something happen, man.
Well, yeah, it's like you said, I remember when we first kind of kicked around the idea of starting this podcast, that was kind of what we wanted to target. Like, yes, basketball and sports in general is the main topic, but we also wanted to talk about how the streets are tugging at these athletes, man, how they're tugging at these young men. And it's a lot out there that you can get into that can take you away from the path or the walk that you're trying to, embark on. And I think that we've all been around athletes who have made those mistakes, who have succumbed to the streets. I know the area of the city that you grew up in, there were a lot of things that could have influenced you. Yeah. Also, I grew up on the south side. I attended Southeast High School, so I grew up over there off of 44th and Sunny Lane. So, over there in Oak Cliff. So there were a lot of outside influences over there as well. So I just think it's important that we shed a light on these inner city kids and the issues that they have to deal with on the daily, from a lack of resources, single parent households. A lot of them come from at-risk environments. So I think this platform and what we're trying to do, it gives those kids the spotlight that they need, but it also speaks to the journey that they have to go through, man, and a lot of obstacles that are in their way. So
Right. And man, what you said speaks volume, man, to what we're doing, what we're trying to do, and what's needed in the community, man.
Absolutely.
I think we need just not people that's in sports, but black men in general, to go ahead and
successful.
Yeah, successful, but yes, definitely. Yes. So we want to put that to that. We're definitely successful, man. Yeah, but definitely. But man, just to put that in the atmosphere that, man, you can be black, you can be from the inner city, and you can still be successful, man. And it doesn't necessarily have to be around basketball, man. And it doesn't have to be around sports, man. But I know a lot of the life skills and a lot of the things that I've benefited from playing in the sports, man, I know the next generation can benefit as well. You know what I'm saying? So when I think about, you know what I'm saying, just reaching the youth that's needed, man, let's go for the ones that need us the most, man. So let's use this sports, use this microphone, and let's use our life experience, man, to try to help shape the next generation.
Nah, absolutely. Because I have kids, they'll come and they'll be like, man, coach, why haven't I been talked about on this platform or that platform? You know what I'm saying? I played against a kid that they were talking about, man, and I gave him that work. And I was just like, man, I don't know. I can't answer that. Right. And then when you look at the school there, and I'm like, well, maybe you hate to think that that's a part in it, but it very well could be, man. But these kids definitely need to see people that look like them, right, that they can relate to. And like you said, success isn't just about what you do in sports or anything like that. I mean, me and you both are in business. Yeah, so, there are several different paths that you can take to be successful. But I think it's very, very key that they have people around them that look like them that can say, hey, man, I come from where you come from. I walked that same walk. There is a different outcome for you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you want to do. Yeah. But if this basketball thing is what you want to do, we want to provide the platform for you. As long as you're doing the prerequisite things to be successful, we want to be those people that can shine that light for you. So
okay, so let me ask you a quick question, Coach. When you think about some of the players that we want to shine a light on, what's some of the characteristics, you know what I'm saying, that we should be looking for in these players?
Well, I know for me, because I've been coaching for 14 years now, high school and AAU.
Okay. And what AAU team are you with?
I'm with Oklahoma Chaos. I'm the program director and the 17U head coach.
Okay.
Also 15U coming soon. So if you got any 15U kids out there looking for a team next year, get with me. Yeah. Just a quick plug. But yeah, man, I think obviously, we can say all the cliche things. You want a kid that's working hard. You want a kid that's grinding. Right. I look for kids that have, a good family structure. You know what I'm saying? I think that helps, even if they come from a single parent household, but just people in their circle, whether it's friends or whoever it is that provide that good structure for them. Yeah. I'm looking for kids that are very, very coachable. That, to me, that's key. Yeah. I think you got to have that. But what I tell every athlete, man, is you got to be consistent. And I think that's
it.
That's a life skill. You know what I'm saying? Right. Even when I'm at work, I tell people all the time, even if you're bad, be consistently bad. Right. Like, don't show me that you can do something well, and then you turn around and then the next few weeks, you know what I'm saying, you giving me a subpar effort. Right. So just be consistent, man. Consistency, I think, is a key to anything. And I mean, obviously you got to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? I think discipline and consistency go hand in hand, because when you're disciplined, that's when you do things that you don't want to do, right, but you still make yourself do them because you understand what habits and stuff like that it builds. So, but consistency is what I would tell most athletes. Okay. Yes,
definitely, man.
What about you? What do you say,
man? When I look at players, man, especially depending on what type of player I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to have to coach effort. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to coach playing hard. And nowadays, that's like a skill. But when I came up, that was like something you just had to do.
That was just it.
You know what I'm saying? You just had to play hard, man. But these days, you have to look and see who's out there playing hard when they don't want to. In an 8 o'clock game, pull up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many times I've been in the gym watching other quarters. 8 o'clock in the morning. They don't want to be here. The parents don't want to be here. But if you're gonna be on that next level, you have to play a lot of times. You don't want to play. So that's why even before the talent or before the work they put in, I want to know who's gonna go out there and play hard as soon as the whistle go off. My son gonna tell me the other day I wasn't going for it. You should never be on the court and not be going for real, man. I don't even understand that terminology, man.
That's foreign to me,
man. So that's the first thing I look at, man. Even before them shooting shots, layup, before they consistent, man. How do you play when you get out there?
So is that a skill to you?
Bro, it's a skill nowadays. But when I was playing, bro, you just had the motor, you didn't, man.
And I mean, I'm the same way. I'm a few years older. You graduated in
04.
I graduated in 2000. So we're in that same definitely. Era. And I tell my players now, man, like, y'all don't play hard. And they think I'm crazy because I'm on them hard. I'm like, but you're not playing hard. You think you are, but you're not. So, and they look at me like I don't know what I'm talking about. Because to me, effort and motor can cover up so many deficiencies in your game.
Yeah, definitely. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I can't even tell you how many kids I've seen just be successful just because they played hard and they ended up in the right spot.
Right situation.
So,
and then my thing is, there's too many kids playing cool. Like you know, like got the cool strut. Got the cool strut. They come in the gym, don't even stretch. You know what I'm saying? They got hoodie. I seen a kid the other day with a whole hoodie on under his jersey playing in the game.
But here's what bothers me. Like the cool shit, yes. I've had kids, you're late, and you just come strolling in the gym, casual. You got your slides on, no urgency. When I was late, first of all, I never really was late as a player. But if I thought I was late, man, I was flying in the gym. My shoes were already on.
Just got to tie them up.
I at least wanted my coach to think like, okay, he was really trying to get here.
Right.
They come in just like, whatever. And I just say, hey, man, we got all day, man. Don't even worry about it. Just take your time.
But and when you come to think about that, bro, a lot of that has to do with the parenting and what's going on home. If I'm just I'm late for work, let me get you to practice. You know what I'm saying? Your coach will be all right. He know you coming. You know what I'm saying? He know what you mean to the team. That's the type of attitude, bro. It rubs off on the kids, man.
Man, look.
And I don't even know what you're dealing with personally. I'm just telling you, man. I've seen it for years, bro. I've seen it for years, man.
Now, parenting in basketball, we could have a whole episode alone.
We're gonna have to add that. We have to have one.
Because I got some stories just from this year that would just
blow your socks off.
Man, listen, it's crazy the things that these parents are condoning. And I tell parents this: if your conversations in the car ride home and at the dinner table are different than my conversations with them in the huddles and in practice, how are they going to respect me? Man. If you're having conversations about me to them as their coach, how can they respect me? Bro. If you disagree with something I'm doing, come talk to me. Don't talk to a kid about it.
Right.
But I mean, that's totally off the topic. But yes, the parents allow them to be cool and things like that. And like you said, he knows what you mean to the team and stuff like that.
Right. So, and that's not swearing off the topic, because that's something that's going to be discussed inside the podcast too. Because if we want to get these kids to the next level and better them, we have to touch on some of the issues that's going on outside of the sports. You know what I'm saying? And that's for what's going on in the community. That's what's going on inside the household. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on inside the school. All that connects, man. You can't it's a student athlete.
Yeah.
Student. A lot of people get it because you're getting paid now. You're trying to take that student out. But if you ain't that student first, that's just not in the books. But that's like student of life. That's like student learning the extra outside, like inside the gym. You know what I'm saying? All that takes it. You got to take that all into accountability.
Yeah, and I've talked to a lot of college coaches, man, and they'll be talking to me and they'll say, Coach, I like this kid, but his parents. You know, I've seen so many coaches sit in the stands. They tell me, Coach, I love the kid. I'm just going to come this weekend. I just want to watch his parents. And they'll sit there and, you know, quiet as kept. You know, these parents may not agree with me sharing this story, but we had a kid in the first live period, man. His parent had some words with an official and was asked to leave the gym, didn't want to leave the gym. It caused a big stink.
Oh, wow.
And a coach came up to the ref. He didn't tell me. He told the ref, like, man, whose parent was that? And he was like, the coach said it was such and such parent. And he said, man, I like that kid, but I can't recruit him because I can't deal with that for the next 4 or 5 years. Wow. And the ref came, we were having our team huddle, and the ref came and told my assistant coach. And my assistant coach pulled me to the side and he said it. He was like, I don't want to say it out loud. I said, no, this is something they need to hear. So I brought the team back together and I said, tell them what you just told me. Because they don't understand that. Now, in certain situations, obviously, if you're a top 150 kid,
it's gonna be different.
Then maybe I don't really care what mom and dad do because you're that special.
Right.
But when you're not that type of player, all of that matters. Grades, how you are with your teammates, how you are in the school building, you know, what do your teachers think about you? You know what I'm saying? How do you act in your community? How are your parents? Because A coach that's not on maybe a high major D1 level, he understands I have to have you for a while.
Right.
And I don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to have to deal with everything that comes with you. Right. Because your talent is not bigger than your problems. You know what I'm saying? Bigger than the baggage that comes with you. And man, I seen so many kids, and that's what I tell kids. I said, man, look, you cannot like me all you want, but I promise you, I'm not doing nothing detrimental to you. Yeah. I guarantee you 95% of the time, I know more about this process than your parents do. Right. Because I do it every day.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if you're a mechanic and you work on cars every day, but I put an alternator on one time 7 years ago, does that mean I know more about cars than you know? Sir. You're probably going to trust the person that does that every day, right? So that's what I try to tell them. You have to understand as an athlete, where do I draw the line between listening to my parents and to my coach? Right. And some can't differentiate that. And their parents oftentimes don't realize that they're being a detriment to their athlete.
And that's why a topic needs to be discussed. Because I don't care if it's one or two people that pick up something that we laying down, you know what I'm saying, to help their situation, man. Mm-hmm. I'm all for it, man. Yeah. Because where I'm at with it, man, I've been in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, I've been on both sides. I've been a parent, I've been a coach, you know what I'm saying? I've been an athlete, you know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, you got to take that concoction, man, and mix it up and make your own, man. You know what I'm saying? I tell my kid all the time, man, I got cousins that made it to the next level. I said, man, they gave us the method to the madness. What we gonna do with it, man? What we gonna do with it, man? So the information that we giving to the community and the next generation, I hope they take one or two of them, more than that, hopefully. But if only one or two of them take it, man, I'm cool with that, man.
So with all the real world application that you have, being an athlete, being a coach, being a parent of a kid who was a really good basketball player in the state, what would you say to other parents that are dealing with an athlete that has a next level opportunity? What advice would you give them to get out of the way, figuratively speaking? I'm saying get out the way and let the process happen. Like, what would be your advice to them?
The best advice that I could give any parent that has an athlete that want to get to the next level is, first, trust who you let coach your son. You have to trust you have to trust not just trust who you let coach him, but who you let train. You know what I'm saying? Because that could be monumental to their growth, or you know what I'm saying, to their failure. Right. So when I say know who coaching, when you take them to these high schools, you know what I'm saying, don't just take them to a winning high school because they winning. Because some coaches these days, and I went through it, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna get into it because I've been dealing with high school for the last 5 years, you know what I'm saying. So we're gonna discuss on the podcast. But some coaches just coach to win. They not coaching to build a program. And when I say build a program, like, you got the freshmen coming in, you know, you got them working, you know what I'm saying? They got to go against the JV, move up. No, coaches be trying to get kids in and recruiting just to play this year, you know what I'm saying? So we can win, you know what I'm saying? And not worry about the growth of nobody else. Yeah. So my thing is, get your child with a coach that's, you know what I'm saying, that have relationships, you know what I'm saying? Not just relationships outside in the city, but relationships on the next level.
Okay. College level?
Yeah, college level. Because I think that's the benefit my son had with the new coach that he had come in. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Did I agree with everything that he did? No. But he had the relationships, and I know he had my son's best interest at heart, man. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that'll be the number one thing that I would, you know what I'm saying, tell parents to focus in and lock in on, man.
And see, I think that's the maturation process of a parent. It's like we all view everybody's basketball philosophy is different. Definitely. You know, how you want to play or how you play, especially if you had success with it, you probably feel like that's how the game should be played. I won with it. Yeah. I've seen it win. But this coach does things differently, but he's had some success with it. That doesn't mean his way is more right than yours or your way is more right than his. Right. But as a parent, I try to tell him, man, if you want to coach your kid, then coach him. Right. Why do you have him with me? Right. If you have him with me, I'm assuming you trust me to do the right thing. So if that's the case, get out the way. Right. Let me do this how I want to do it, because I've seen success with this. Right. And that's where I bump heads with a lot of parents because, you know, everybody know, like, first of all, I'm a bigger dude. I'm really energetic. Yeah. Like, people say I yell. I don't think I yell, but I came up coaching in AAU.
Yeah, right.
And you know, in AAU, man, you may have 10 other games going on around.
Yeah,
so I have to yell for you to hear.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm just naturally trained.
Right.
I've conditioned my voice to carry like that.
Right.
But sometimes I'm just yelling to insert the energy in you that I need you to play with.
Right.
I'm not necessarily yelling because you're doing something wrong.
Oh, right.
But sometimes, yeah, I do have to yell at you, especially if it's something I've coached you up on a million times. But see, these are the things that the parents don't know because they're not in practice. Yeah, definitely. You know, and that's what I tell parents. When you come sit in practice, not for a day or two, come sit for a week or two.
Right.
And then I'll take your opinion.
Yeah, right.
But you're not just going to offer up an opinion because you show up for an hour, you know, to watch a game, and then you think you know more than me. And I think a lot of parents, they can't get out of the way. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think your perspective is key because, you know, your son, you don't mind me saying his name because, I mean, Kai was a really good player. You know what I'm saying? And I think everybody knows that, and everybody probably had ideas on how they wanted to coach him and things like that, or how he should be utilized. But when you have a talented player and you take him to whatever school or AAU program, I think you're saying to that coach, you got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, yes, as a parent, as a former athlete, I probably have my ideas, and maybe me and my son will talk about that, but I'm not going to come to you with it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? It's your program, it's your team. You do whatever you feel is best for you. A lot of parents can't understand it. I've had parents tell me that a coach at a certain high school wasn't good. And I'm like, man, this dude has won his district like 2 years in a row, been in like 4 state tournaments straight. Right. How's that coach not a good coach? Right. You know, make it make sense to me. Right. So, or, you know, they have these opinions that just are not founded on anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just because you don't like them.
Right. And that's what a lot of these parents have personal issues, and just not personal issues, but don't even really know the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been so many. I've known parents that coach and never played, and not saying you can't. Like, I know a couple of coaches and trainers, you know what I'm saying, that probably never played like in the high school or nothing, but end up being good trainers and coaches. But my thing is, you can't not know something and then think that that's right, or think your way of thinking is the end all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So even when I look at coaching or parenting, you know what I'm saying? Even now, man, I know a coach that he told me, I said, man, you don't know basketball, bro, and that's okay. He said, I coached baseball for 20 years. I said, man, that's fine. Baseball not basketball though, bro. Yep. You dig what I'm saying? And yeah, you can have the same principles, but you don't know what you're talking about, bro. And, you know, and it's rare that I even get out of character like that, because I got another son coming up in high school. So I got to be mindful, like you just said, the relationships, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want to deter coaches. But at the same time, that's why it's so big what I just told you, put it with somebody you trust. Because if I trust you, if I don't understand, hey, coach, man, why you do that? Oh, man, I did. Oh, man, I trust you, bro. I'm just asking. I ain't going against what you say. I just want to know for myself. Because I don't never want to be coaching against, going against what the coach be saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that parent, that father in the car, like, shoot 20 times, you better get 25 points today. Because you can always tell the fathers that do that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I've seen it.
You can always tell. So, man, that's why I try to be mindful, man. I try to be mindful of that, man. And I think we should, man. And even this podcast, this platform is going to shed light on different scenarios, different issues that people might occurred or been through in the past. So I know y'all can relate to us. So doing our podcast, man, if y'all have any topics, any discussions that y'all think that we should talk about or share light on, please don't hesitate to hit the inbox. You know what I'm saying? Hit the GrindWorks Podcast on all social media handles and even on email. It's all GrindWorks Podcast. On emails, GrindWorksPod at gmail.com. But yeah, tune in with us, man, because we trying to stay locked in with the community, man, and that's gonna be the end all for what we want to bring to the table, you know. And I got a question before I let you go, Coach.
Yes, sir.
I know this for our promotion. You know, we got some. We're gonna be doing interviews. We're gonna be bringing some people in, and that's the question I want to ask. Did you have anybody in mind that you thought you want to bring in and chop it up with?
Oh man, I got a list of people, man. I mean, you know, high school coaching, man. Some guys I would like to talk to.
Okay.
I think Chevy Smith over at Dale City.
Oh yeah, that's my guy.
Would be somebody to bring in. DJ Lemons from PC North, who's my guy. Yeah. Got a lot of love and respect for that guy. Jermaine Simpson at Choctaw. Okay. He's a guy that I like to talk to. Yeah. Okay. And maybe even like some of the newer, younger guys, because I don't think I'm an old coach, but I'm an older coach. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm kind of in that in between stage, right? A guy like Robbie Williams over at Crooked Oak. Man,
I think that's new coach, right?
Yeah, he's the new coach. A guy that I would like to talk to, man, just to kind of pick his brain. AAU world, I think. Obviously, you're probably talking about the Kellen McCoys of the world, maybe even Rob Thompson. I don't know. Rob might be a little too, Rob is
a guy, man. He might
Rob is a great guy. Rob is a great guy. But, I know Rob probably being pulled a lot of different directions right now. So I don't know if he'd have time, but would love him, Ernie Barber for Oklahoma Road, man, who I think right now is the best independent AAU program in the state. Man, he's a guy that I like to talk. But, man, I got several guys. Josh Gamblin, the coach at MacU, man, would love to get him. Okay. Definitely. Just guys like that, man. I think I love to get a lot of these JUCO coaches in and talk to them, and it's just because I feel like that's a path that a lot of these kids are going to have to take.
Man, and you bring in JUCO up, man. And back in my day, because, I went to Seminole State, you know what I'm saying? I went up there for a couple months, you know what I'm saying? Got some practices in, man. Thought I was going to do something. But it used to be like, it was a bad thing when I was coming. Not like a bad thing, but you just had to go to JUCO if it was like last worst case scenario. Mm-hmm. But with the rule changing and with the issue, my son went JUCO. He's going JUCO. He's going to Cali. You know what I'm saying? Up there with Coach Jackson. Coach Jackson, hey, Coach Jackson, hey man,
one of my guys.
Man, I'm a fan of Coach Jackson, man.
Coach Jackson can coach.
I like coaches that coach hard, man. Because I feel like if my son you can take anything that I said to you, bro. These coaches can't tell you. They ain't gonna be able to tell you shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna affect what you got going on, man. So, I'm just saying that. And I'm just saying this to say, JUCO is a lot of routes that kids gonna have to. It's not just have to take, but that they choose to. They should. If you need a couple more years going post prep, I think JUCO is better than post prep. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally.
And I think that oftentimes, like back when we played, JUCO was just kind of where you went if you had bad grades, or you got in trouble, or something like that. But now it's really high up on the recruiting tier now. Like coaches are first of all, they're trying to re-recruit their own guys. Right. Then they're going portal. Then it's JUCO. So that's why I tell kids, if you feel like you don't have the offers that you want, or you feel like you're at a high level, go to JUCO and prove it, because it's going to be a dogfight. I've talked to JUCO coaches that tell me, man, look, I bring in 30 kids. And by the time October hit, we'll probably be down to 15 because they're going to flunk out, going to get homesick. Some are going to get kicked out. Some are just going to fizzle out because they don't want to be coached hard. So, but you're going to grind, and the resources aren't there. You know what I'm saying? You got 12-hour bus rides, and you really have to, as the youngsters say, get it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? And I think it'll humble a lot of them, but it'll teach a lot of them that work ethic that it takes to get to that level.
Damn, so that work ethic.
Man, JUCO, but when it's done right, JUCO's some really good basketball, man. I talked to a lot of great JUCO coaches, man, that I got a ton of respect for.
Man, one thing I can say about Coach over at Cali, man, they only got 3 players returning. 5 of them, all of them got scholarships to play at the next level. And that's all you can ask for, man. That's all I can ask. That's all I want, man. You know what I'm saying?
So just maybe deviating a little bit from that. So if you put your son in an AAU program, that AAU program has a history of putting kids at the next level. Would you say that coach knows what he's doing? I'm a backup.
You would have to. Especially, it's not a lot of organizations that have a history of putting kids in the next level. Mm-hmm. Or even not even just putting them in the next level, but putting them in front of the eyes. You know what I'm saying? The circus, and putting them in front of the coaches, whatever level it is. Yeah. So if you put them in an organization, that's how I feel now. You have to trust them to a certain extent. And I'm not a certain extent. You have to trust them all hard, because there's gonna be times when they're on the road, they're not there. You got to trust them. You know what I'm saying? To treat your child right, whether you're there or not. But what the problem is, a lot of parents be watching other people, other players. You know what I'm saying? Watching their highlights watching where they're on podcasts and where their kid, and then they get caught up in what they got going on.
Comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah, so that's one thing I even preach, like, to even when I talk to people about this, they ask me about because my son has done this and we try to get advice. Man, when it comes to, like, you have to put them in a situation where you trust them, man, and let go, man, and you can just you can reaffirm what the coach is doing, man.
And see, when I'm talking to parents and we're bumping heads. And again, this is not like to toot my own horn or to beat my chest, but I said, man, I challenge you to find another independent, not sponsored by anybody, that's put kids in college at the rate that we had. Yeah. Especially now that certain programs aren't around. Like when Buddy Buckets was around, I thought they were the standard for independent.
Yeah, gotcha.
But once they folded, it was like Tulsa Hawks kind of, but then they kind of went by the wayside. So it was like, but even with them around, we were still neck and neck with them. Right. And I try to tell people, go look at the numbers. Right. Go look at the number of Oklahoma Chaos kids that are in college. Right. So why would you fight against everything that I'm trying to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I probably got a lot more answers than you do.
Right.
You know, but you get parents like, I've dealt with the opposite end. I remember when you said just a few minutes ago that you deal with people who have played the game or who haven't played the game, but they think they know it or whatever. I've dealt with parents who have played it and maybe have had success, went to the next level. But I try to tell them, first of all, maybe your kid isn't as good as you were. So your expectations are too much. Right. But I've been around a lot of talented players that didn't know basketball. A lot of people think I'm crazy when I say that. Yeah. But sometimes you're just so great and so gifted that you can just go be better than somebody.
Right, facts.
You don't have to know. Like, do you think it's a coincidence that a lot of guys that were role players in the NBA become great coaches? Because you got to think, I wasn't as gifted as you are. I wasn't as talented as you are. So for me to even have a chance to be on the floor, I had to work hard. I had to have a high IQ for the game, just for me to even be out there with you.
Facts.
So when I go into coaching, I see the game differently. I see it with a third eye than just a guy who was just greater than everybody. Right. And a lot of parents don't understand. I'm like, yeah, you were a great player. That's cool. Yeah. But maybe you were just so talented that you didn't have to know the nuances of the game. Whereas most of us weren't. Like, I tell people all the time, I was a good player. Yeah. I was never the best player on any team I played on.
Kids that all the time.
But it forced me to see the game differently because if I wanted to be successful and be able to be on the floor with y'all, I got to find my niche.
Right.
So it taught me all the details of the game, just things that a lot of great players, I'm not saying they don't have to pay attention to, but they're talented enough that they can skip that step if they want to. Right. So I hate when a parent thinks because somebody was a D1 coach or a D1 player, or, you know, this guy was a D1 player, so that makes him a great coach or great trainer. That's not always the case.
Right.
Because you think your kid is going to be him, but he was just a really great player. He was just super talented.
Right.
So that, you know, just, and I know we're bouncing around here, but that's just something else that I've dealt with, man. That's extremely frustrating to me.
And I got one more question before we close. Does every parent think their kid is that guy?
Yes.
Okay,
and they're not realistic at all. You know, I coach kids that can't make a catch and shoot three, don't have an in-between game, struggle handling the ball, but can't make decisions, can't read second-tier defenders, can't understand when they draw help to make the kick. Like, but yeah, they a lot of parents do think their kid, and I try to tell them, so every coach has been wrong about your kid, but you.
You're right.
If everybody's saying it, I'm fine with you thinking your kid is the guy. You're a parent.
Right.
But to me, you're doing a disservice to that kid as his mom or dad if you're not sitting him down and saying, look, son, you're good, but you're not this.
Yeah, right.
So either we need to find the resources to get you to if you even want to be that. Because some kids don't even want that, but their parents do.
Right.
So let's start there.
Right.
And then if they want that, provide them the resources, but also have an understanding like, look, man, he likely won't be that.
Yeah, right.
But just get him better, and then let's be realistic about his level.
That's right. That's right. All right, for sure. Hey, well, that was the GrindWorks Podcast intro. We'll be coming to a screen next to you real soon. And I say next to you, hopefully be in front of you, so you be paying attention to it. Hey, looking for interviews. We're looking for Grind Player of the Week. We're going to be outside. Yeah. We're going to be in gyms. We're going to be paying attention to the athletes that probably ain't been getting nobody paying attention to them. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful of GrindWorks Podcast. And I'm D-Lo, and that's
Coach D, also D'Angelo.
Hey, man, we bringing something special to this youth basketball scene, man, and it's something that we think that's much needed, man. So tune in with us, man. Like I said, it's GrindWorks on Instagram, GrindWorks Podcast on IG, on Facebook. It's on Twitter. And you can shoot us an email, man, because that's what we here for, man. We're here for y'all to lock in with us, tune in with us, and be able to communicate with us. You got some players that you think should be on our radar, lock in with us, man. But don't be mad if you don't hear what you and see what you want and what you think you need to hear and see, because we're gonna tell the truth. That's one thing we will do here on our podcast, GrindWorks Podcast. You really got to grind and make it work. Peace.
Somewhere always grinding, putting God first. That master plan is manifested in the mind first. No taking days off, cause that ain't how my mind works. We out the mud, cause that's the way the grind works. Grind works, the grind works. Put in the time till the grind works. Grind works, 10,000 hours make the grind works. The grind work, we on the mission till the grind works.